It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. There's a reason rappers can turn any story into a hit track. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, your case could be worth millions. But the truth is, a lot of people either don't file at all or get taken advantage of by insurance companies. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. No shortcuts, no lowball offers. In fact, they've secured some major verdicts in the past. For example, in Florida, they got a victim who was in a life-altering car crash, $12 million. 34 times the highest insurance offer. They got another victim in Philadelphia, $26 million. 40 times the highest insurance offer. Not all law firms are created equal. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They will fight for the biggest award possible and have won a lot. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. That's right, no upfront costs. They only get paid if you get paid. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Again, if you find yourself injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Don't say I never told you nothing, man. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. Before we get started, I want to just go ahead and put this out there. You know what I'm saying? We got the family over fame gear. I'm gonna keep telling y'all about this, man. Get you some, okay? You can, if you're on mobile, hit the shop button. It'll take you there. You can also go to the store on my channel, and it'll lead you where you need to go. If you happen to order a essential crew neck, okay, I've heard someone say that it fit a little tight on them. So if you need to size up, you know what I mean. It can be it fits like pretty true to size, but I've heard somebody feel like it fit a little tight. So the essential crew neck, size up. You know what I mean. Everything else fits though. So just putting that disclaimer out there if you want to support and get you some family over fame gear. Now, in this video, we're going to be getting into Cardi B and Offset one more time. We've been going through this saga for the last 2 years. It's an exhausting saga, but one that continues to exist nonetheless. We already know that Cardi B has moved on. She's dating NFL star Stephon Diggs. She just delivered her fourth child, which this child is with Stephon, like far removed from Offset. This is not Offset's child. However, according to Cardi B, he is continuing to harass her. He took to social media in the last day or so talking about my kid, LOL, or something like that. I've seen conflicting stories concerning this whole my kid thing. I've seen some people that were trying to say that the state is trying to, or the courts are trying to put the paternity on Offset because they're still legally married or something like that. State as in Georgia. I've seen nothing to really back up that claim, although it can happen to people. I don't recall that being his story. And then on the other hand, there's this idea that Offset, for some strange parasocial, unhinged, obsessed reason, would come out and wrongfully claim this child, knowing that he has nothing to do with the situation at all, basically to continue to tie himself to Cardi. Both scenarios sound bizarre as fuck and weird as fuck. I don't even know how we would get here. You would think that a person who doesn't want to be with his wife, didn't want to fully be with his wife while they were together, would find this as the quintessential getaway, is for her to get with a new guy, have a child, start a new life without you, and you could go and live your life in peace. You know what I mean? You didn't want to be faithful while you was in the house together, so now you get to do whatever you want to do exactly how you've been doing it without the ramifications of having your wife yell at your ass or go upside your head, perhaps. You know what I mean? So none of this makes all that much sense to me. But Cardi B did a Spaces last night. She came out And well, number one, she came out on Twitter and basically she tweeted and deleted some things, and then she went on Spaces. So let me go ahead and pull up the deleted tweets, and then we'll get to the Spaces. I'm not going to talk about the people that are, body shaming her for wearing a faja and all that stuff. Uh, we're not getting into that. I really don't care about none of that. She's a grown ass woman. She just had a child. If she wants to wear something to, make her feel good in her presentation to the world, what the fuck that got to do with me? She made a very good point though, because people never really know what it is that they want from women. One minute it's, oh, you should wait until you look a certain way to come outside, and then it's, oh, why don't you come out in your natural state? You ashamed of something? It's always a moving goalpost. But fuck all that, okay? So here we have the deleted tweets. All right. One of them says, mother effers do anything for attention, and it could get real nasty with just one upload. Leave me the fuck alone. We have another one that says, y'all be thinking it's so funny, and it's not. It's been over a year and I'm still being harassed and threatened to the point that I feel that I feel like my life is in danger. It's all fun and games until it's too late. Which that sounds eerie, dark, and definitely not like a laughing matter. All right. So with that being said, let's get to the Spaces where Cardi B continues to speak on this without really giving a lot of details. Um, but I'll pull it up nonetheless.
I'm not really like a person that like to go to authorities and shit like that. Like it's not something that I do. It's not something that I don't know. I feel like I grew up with a Dominican family. They were hustlers. My uncle he got arrested for somebody snitching on him or this weird shit. I be trying to keep the peace, but I'm really tired of getting harassed. And when I get harassed privately and I ignore, that's when I start getting harassed publicly. And I have every single receipt. If you want to keep fucking sending blogs to harass me, it's gonna be is like I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Sometimes I sleep and I wonder like, yo, this is not normal. You see crime documentaries, you see shit on fucking on social media about women getting killed every other day. And on the truth, like it's like I'm a real tough bitch. Like I'm a tough bitch. But you can never there's a difference between being tough and there's a difference between somebody having an unhealthy obsession with you that you have to you gotta be concerned. And I'm really and I've been
All right. We're going to pick back up, but she prefaced with she's not the type of person to generally go to the police, call the cops, you know, inform the authorities about what's going on. She says she grew up, with hustlers and in the family. She's from the Bronx, of course. You know, these urban areas, these hoods, these ghettos people grow up in. We all know it's like the snitch code and this idea that talking to the proper authorities is the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? Self-preservation is the wrong thing to do. You're supposed to allow people to fuck with you, and then if ever it's time to get on the offense, you have to physically do something in order to avenge your status. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually do something to that person rather than inform, right? But she is a fucking superstar. She's a woman dealing with a man who can't get the fuck over it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do. Get the fucking restraining order. You say you got the receipts, submit the information, get the court order and all that shit. You already said the nigga wasn't trying to be an active father like that last Christmas. You know what I'm saying? He was basically broadcasting what he did for his other children, but didn't do shit for y'all's. So, I mean, there's a lot of manipulation, mental anguish, all type of shit going on here. And that's just what we actually know of or have heard of. You know what I mean? That's not even including the things that she's holding on to for whatever reason. which I do believe she's holding on to because we see that Cardi B is somebody who likes to keep records. She likes to record conversations. You know what I'm saying? Just in case people do believe that she's coming out capping, she likes to have those contingency plans and those receipts just to present. So I'm of the mindset that if you have that, you need to go ahead and start setting things in motion. You know what I mean? Now I can understand not wanting to embarrass or, create even more spectacle, even more chatter, even more headlines because Offset is also famous. He's a celebrity. He's also a public figure. He's also somebody who's in the general conversation on his own, although not to the same level. But I think all that shit got to go out the window, and just be human and protect yourself. I think that's the last option available to you, and it should have been higher among the list.
And I'm really starting to be concerned. And I'm so tired because I want to detach myself from shit. And it's like, it just doesn't stop. And it's like, when does it fucking stop? I try to be nice. I try to contact family. I try to whatever. And it's not working. And I'm so tired. I'm really getting fucking so tired. I don't want to do things that's going to overshadow what I got going on.
Fuck that.
It's literally a fucking nightmare. And people think it's so fucking funny. It's not funny. It's concerning. Dealing with somebody that fucking does substance and fucking start harassing me. It's not funny.
Hold on. So she says he does substances and starts harassing her. Now, what substance? I don't know. Could be drug, could be liquor, could be a mixture of the two. He could be getting crossfaded, like, you know what I mean? You just never know. He could be on them perk 30s. He could be, who knows? But whatever it is, she's claiming he's doing substances under the influence. He gets beside himself and allegedly harasses her. All right, let me see what's going on because she be taking these breaths and breathers and whatnot. God damn. Shit.
It's not cute to tell somebody that has a mental illness and have substance abuse to be petty to somebody that's raising their children. It's not funny. You niggas need to grow up. Y'all love to call gay niggas faggots and all that type of
Whoa!
shit when y'all act like fucking one.
We gotta do some post editing on that.
Bitches, stop encouraging bullshit.
The hell? What was that?
Straight men here. Oh, you motherfuckers should be petty. It's so funny. It's not funny. And if I was to show these fucking threads that I've been getting, y'all wouldn't be laughing. Because it wouldn't be funny if it was your fucking sister or your fucking cousin or your fucking mama. This is not a competition. This is not a competition. This is not nothing. I have moved on with my life. I completely have moved on with my life. I don't respond to shit. I don't play about shit. I am tired. I be trying everything. Shit is not fucking funny. It's not funny. And y'all gonna see that shit is not funny. If I spread this shit out, y'all gonna be like, y'all might cry.
You gotta do what you
This
gotta
shit is
do.
not fucking funny.
Fuck these niggas.
This is why fucking men don't take accountability for shit because they have these weak ass men. They all got their weak ass family. They all got their weak ass mama. They all got their weak ass bitches. Like, oh yeah, they should do this. This is not a competition. I have moved on completely in my life. I don't bother nobody.
All right, she's calling out the
I don't come
enablers.
online doing petty shit, and I don't be behind the scene doing petty shit. I don't keep my kids from nobody, nothing. Leave me the fuck alone. It's going to get real bad.
What else? All right, y'all. We gonna move on. So as we saw there, Cardi B was addressing the enablers. She said this is why men don't take accountability, and she's basically calling out Offset's fans, the ones that do exist. Basically saying, "Yo, y'all be coming out here laughing. Y'all be encouraging this type of behavior. Y'all be saying he needs to be petty. Y'all are feeding him ideas on how he should be handling these private matters, but y'all don't have to endure none of the consequences or the back end of any of this shit. I'm the one that's receiving the threats, the harassment, all of these different things. And if I were to come out and start airing out these receipts, a lot of you motherfuckers gonna be out here looking crazy." And to that I say, fuck these niggas. You know? Hell, fuck me. And I don't mean that in a physicality way. I mean like fuck what I think, fuck what I say. Um, like, but do what's best for you, your family, your safety, the whole shit. You ain't gotta take my advice. But somebody near you need to go ahead and goddamn press the button. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, um, a lot of this stuff is not our business. A lot of this stuff is not for us to be speculating and spectating and putting our own spin on. Like real shit. Like I understand why she does this because it's kind of like a public record that she can also fall back on. Um, and it's kind of like leaving breadcrumbs for people to understand if something were to pop off, if there was like some major allegations that came out, or if there was a big legal dispute or something like that, she could always point back to these things that she's planted. But again, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not following through with the proper precautions. You know what I mean? And that's not just for Cardi, that's for anybody going through the same situation. That's man or woman. You know what I mean? Because in real life, this stuff can go both ways. And I encourage people, if you're really in a situation where you are a victim, you're being harassed, you're being manipulated, you're being uh harmed in any way or being threatened to be harmed in any way, protect yourself. Fuck everybody else. Because if the bottom line comes and the reaper comes, ain't nobody else gonna take your spot. They're not gonna do it. So do what's best for you, your family, your safety, your children, your household. And Stefan should be encouraging that shit too. You know what I mean? I don't know what his standpoint is, but he just filed a fucking lawsuit against Christopher Blake Griffith. So clearly he understands keeping receipts as well, because TMZ has an article out where he has, multiple screenshots basically trying to let it be known that this guy, Chris, has been harassing him for years, putting these allegations out on him. And I guess we could go ahead and go through that very quickly. Now, I don't know what did or didn't happen. I don't know to what degree any of this may be true or false, but let's just go through it real quick. And I can't find the paperwork nowhere, so I got to go through TMZ. So here it states, Stefan Diggs sues influencer over wild allegations you lied to go viral. Okay. Stefan Diggs is going after a social media star who accused him of drugging, SAing, and later conspiring to kill him, with the NFL star calling the claims pure fiction. The lawsuit, which TMZ Sports obtained, was filed by 31-year-old Diggs on October 1st, but the paperwork I still don't see. With the Patriot star widely accusing would-be social media influencer Christopher Blake Griffith of concocting a lurid story about him stemming from an alleged incident at Stefan's Rockville, Maryland home in May 2023. Diggs says he, along with Griffith and other influencers, hit up a local club after a charity basketball game in D.C. before later returning to Stefan's home. The Pats receiver says he then went to his bedroom while his assistant asked Griffith to leave, capping a fairly mundane night. So he's saying that everything that Chris has been out here talking about is completely sensationalized. Now, I don't know what did or didn't happen, okay? So I can't really put too much towards it. But these are some of the screenshots and, proof. I won't even say proof, but just record keeping that Stefan submitted. More than 2 years later, though, in the summer of 2025, Diggs says Griffith blasted out wildly false statements about not only the night of the Hoops game, but also an alleged violent incident days later that he claimed the football player orchestrated. Griffith said Stefan drugged and SA'd him before conspiring to have him killed to suppress his gay bisexual secrets from becoming exposed. All right. Now, this here is the elevator video of Chris allegedly being jumped by, I guess, Stefan's brother and someone else about some allegedly stolen items. Diggs says Griffith not only posted the nonsense allegations to his tens of thousands of followers, but also tagged the NFL and Patriots social media accounts as well as Uggs, with whom Stefan has a sponsorship deal. The Patriot star clearly had enough, pulling the trigger on the libel lawsuit, accusing Griffith of intentionally and knowingly lying for online clout and in the process seriously hurting Diggs' reputation. They say they reached out to Griffith's attorney, Jake Lebowitz, who said Mr. Griffith is looking forward to showing the world in court that regardless of the fairy tale fabricated by Mr. Diggs' high-priced New York lawyers, he is the victim of Mr. Diggs' unwanted sexual advances and his brother's violent attacks. Stefan is seeking damages and attorney's fees, and while he doesn't specify how much money he's seeking, you can bet it's a pretty penny. All right, so that is the latest in the Cardi B Offset saga. Not the greatest, but the latest. That's also the latest as it pertains to Stefan Diggs and Christopher Blake Griffith, who have had an ongoing issue for the last couple of years. It's come to a head this year with Chris doing interviews with people like Tasha K, the DJ that don't spin. Very interesting choices for who he chose to sit down with, people who are pretty much known for putting their spin on their content and their information. But we will see sooner or later what that verdict ends up being if they happen to go to court. Okay, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right, and one more time, if you find yourself being harassed, threatened, physically abused, or anything of the like, please do what you can to protect yourself, especially in the realm of what's legal. Okay, seek help. Get the proper attention that you need. Get the proper orders that you need. Preserve yourself for your family. All right? I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built.